From year to year, month to month, week to week, and day to day, people across the world are obsessed with a phenomenon that is professional wrestling. But why? 101 reasons to love professional wrestling. There are many components of professional wrestling that should be both understood and celebrated, in no particular order. Music gimmicks. It is said that music is a universal language. Anyone with two functional ears can enjoy a great song. With a passion for a great tune, there have always been an aura of celebrity around a great musician. From the classical composers to the first big-time rock stars, musicians have become celebrated figures for their talents and fame. With the rise of character-based performers in professional wrestling, it would have been silly for the industry not to adopt some of the rock stars' swagger. There has been music in wrestling going back to the early days with characters like George Ringo, the Wrestling Beetle, working in smaller Midwest territories. But it would be Michael P.S. Hayes and the Freebirds to ignite the movement with their self-sung 1980s blues rock Bad Street USA. Rock and roll would go on to forever have a couch to crash on in the world of professional wrestling. One of the best tag teams of all time were the Rock and Roll Express. In 1991, Van Hammer would represent the awkward time between hair metal and grunge. Raven would take care of being a suitable frontman for grunge rock in wrestling. The current scene features the likes of Elias, who is actually quite the guitar player, carry the torch of rock and roll gimmicks. In the 1980s, we were also introduced to the Honky Tonk Man, a man in a jumpsuit with slicked back hair and swiveling hips. A character like this would be brushed off by many, but Wayne Ferris created a Hall of Fame career around the musical gimmick, and as of now, is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. As music evolved, so did the musical characters. Hip-hop gimmicks would become a staple in the industry, with the likes of PG-13 showing up in the early 90s, Oscar from Men on a Mission dropping flows. New Jack's violent ring work was a mirror to the violent gangster rap of the time. And then John Cena was rapping in the early 2000s all the way to one of the greatest careers of all time. And of course, R-Truth rapping his way to the ring for literally decades now. With Southern wrestling, the concept of a country music gimmick would often be used. The mid-90s had Jeff Jarrett presenting himself as a country music singer from Nashville, Tennessee. Then we'd see the West Texas Rednecks team up as a country group that was not shy about their disdain for rap, with their oh-so-wittily titled I Hate Rap single. Then we would see a legit vocalist revealed in the Mickie James hardcore country phase in TNA wrestling. At certain points, the musical gimmicks reflect some of the more embarrassing times, like 3 Count, a 3-man boy band in WCW made up of 3 very talented high flyers. Rock stars and legitimate musicians have had their place in the ring as well. Chris Jericho's band Fozzy has seen a lot of success, but he is not alone. Jimmy Hart, Jeff Hardy, Lita, Ron Killings, and others have released studio recorded music. Comparable to the modern rock star, these folks spend their lives on the road, entertaining thousands and thousands every night. However, the life of a professional wrestler is a bit more tolling. The rock star doesn't have to dodge flying folding chairs, but if you're a band like Nickelback, a flying beer bottle is never off the table. Australian rock icons AC/DC gave us, "For those about the rock, we salute you." But for those about to use rock as their gimmick, we, the professional wrestling fan, salute you.